Hey everybody, Colin Shadwell back for another YouTube video. This time it's time for big platters. So I've made a big giant plate. You can see here some pretty cool colors on this guy, and I'd say he's about, maybe 14 inches across. So a really big plate on this guy. Got some really great colors on the bottom as well. So these are kind of difficult to make. So we're going to go through the process of how I make these plates, platters. Big plates is what I call them. And we'll see if you can learn something along the way too. So let's get started on this one.
So I'm back with my head-mounted GoPro camera again, so I hope again that you don't get too visually sick from watching it above, but it's still kind of a nice way to see the platter because from the side it's not very tall, so this is kind of a nice way to see it. So as you can see here, I've got a pretty large piece of clay and I'm just trying to flatten this out as flat as it'll go on the bat size that I have, which is really the size of the wheel, which I think is about 14 inches across. I'm leaving it pretty thick because I'm going to trim off a lot of this when I come to carve it later on. So I always feel that if you get these too thin, you'll never get them off without wobbling them. So I'm leaving them about a little less than an inch, but pretty thick on the flat surface. Then I'm just coming through and compressing a lot with the rib tool. You really have to compress these nice and tight. If you don't compress, they will crack every single time. So compress them in. Make sure you do it. And when I do these pulls, I'm trying to pull this straight up and let it kind of flare on its own, and then use the rib tool to get the angle that I want. I never want to pull out because then they collapse every single time. So it's a tough thing to make. Platters are really kind of hard to make, so it just takes practice. You just got to make sure that you're going slow and really trying to like let the clay work with you and not against you, because they want to start flaring out everywhere, especially at the ends there. So I got this one nice and shaped up. Now it's time to come in here and trim. You want to make sure that these are nice and leather hard before you start trimming them, because they're so flat. If they're elastic at all, they'll just want to cave in. So make sure you're all the way dried out here to a nice leather hard stage. And then you're going to be taking off a lot of clay. Now I had to make a specialty bat so that this giant thing would fit on here. So I got to be careful with those corners. I should knock those corners off so I don't like take off my kneecaps as I'm trying to do this. But anyway, just coming through and just taking your time yet again. You don't want to push too much at a time, getting little bit layers of clay off until you kind of feel through. And again, I'm tapping the entire time. I listen for the sound. If it's a nice echoey tap, I know that I'm getting pretty thin, so I want to ease off and just try to again, take it slow with these platters. I can't say it enough. So coming back through and just kind of using my rib tool to get rid of all my tool marks. And then once this guy's smoothed out, he's ready for glaze. So here's how I glaze this guy. A really cool glaze combination. I brushed on 2 coats of deep fire brick as a base, and then 2 coats of indigo fluid on top, and then let them just kind of drizzle down. It's a really cool combination. I like that deep fire brick as a base coat a lot. It really makes for a really cool dramatic effect. And that blue routine, or that indigo fluid, really ran down quite a bit. So I hope you like this platter. It's nice and big. It's already sold to my aunt. Hi, Jill. So I'm glad she got this too. So thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button up above to subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.